Is Savannah Chrisley in shambles amid snub? Is Savannah Chrisley in shambles amid snub? It seems that Todd and Julie Chrisley were not on Donald Trump's pardon list. So fans think she could be breaking down due to the fact that he did not release her parents when he got elected into office. Keep reading to find out more about this. Savannah Chrisley supports Trump. Savannah Chrisley has made her political views known this year. She is a Donald Trump supporter. However, she has received a lot of backlash for this. Savannah had posters of Trump in her front yard. However, people kept vandalizing them. Also, when Savannah would post about it on social media, she would receive a lot of hate for what she supports. Savannah has made it clear that she was counting on Donald Trump pardoning her parents when he got into office. However, he released a pardon list, and neither Todd nor Julie were on the list to be set free. Is she in shambles amid snub? Fans think Savannah could be in shambles after seeing her parents were not on the pardon list. She wasted all that time fundraising money for the Trump campaign to get nothing from it. Sassy is in shambles. They should have participated in January 6 if they wanted a pardon. Gee, now that's all we're going to hear her piss and moan about. Trump probably doesn't even know who those bumpkins are. They have nothing to offer him. Aka $. And they're not in prison due to his direct actions. So they're definitely not a priority to him. No way he's going to get mixed up in that mess. Fans are not impressed with how Savannah has been acting about things lately. However, she is taking care of 2 children, which are her siblings, and fighting for her parents' freedom. It seems as though fans think Savannah could be having a breakdown due to the fact that her parents are still in prison. She has been working hard to get them released. However, she thought Donald Trump would pardon them when he got into office. That was not the case. They were not on the list, and they are still in prison. Savannah Chrisley was no stranger to the spotlight, but even she had to admit, this one stung. She had spent the past few years navigating the public eye with poise, balancing her career, family struggles, and personal brand. Yet, despite her best efforts, she now found herself at the center of whispers, online speculation, and what she could only describe as an outright snub. It had started as an ordinary morning. A quick scroll through her phone, a sip of her oat milk latte. Routine. But then, a notification popped up that made her stomach drop. A major entertainment outlet had just released their list of reality TV's most influential stars, a list she had, in past years, graced effortlessly. Only this time, her name was glaringly absent. Not even a mention. Nothing. It was as if she had been erased from the narrative entirely. Savannah exhaled sharply, throwing her phone onto the pristine marble countertop of her Nashville home. She didn't want to let it get to her. It was just a list, right? People were snubbed all the time. But as the day went on, the realization gnawed at her. This wasn't just any list. This was the kind of list that solidified a reality star's relevance. Had she fallen off? Was the world moving on without her? Her inbox was soon flooded with messages. Fans, friends, even a few industry insiders. Everyone had something to say. What happened? One message read, "I thought you'd be at the top," said another. Savannah tried to brush it off with her usual Southern charm, but deep down she was unsettled. She had worked tirelessly to build her name beyond the Chrisley brand. After her parents, Todd and Julie, had begun their prison sentences, Savannah had taken on the role of matriarch, caring for her younger brother Grayson and niece Chloe. She had poured herself into her podcast, business ventures, and advocacy work. She had refused to be just another reality TV daughter, determined to carve her own space. But was it enough? Savannah grabbed her phone again, scrolling through comments under the entertainment outlet's post. "Where's Savannah Chrisley?" one fan demanded. "She deserved a spot over half these people," another chimed in. That should have made her feel better, but instead, it made the snub sting more. People noticed. It wasn't just in her head. "Okay, enough," she muttered to herself. She wasn't about to sit around sulking. If there was one thing her father had instilled in her, it was resilience. Chrisleys didn't crumble. They thrived. She needed to make a statement, a power move, something that made it clear she was still very much a force to be reckoned with. By noon, she was on the phone with her publicist. "I need a plan," she declared, pacing across her spacious living room. "If they won't recognize me, I'll make them see me." Her publicist, a sharp-toned woman named Avery, sighed on the other end. "Sav, it's just a list. It doesn't define you." "I know," Savannah said quickly, "but perception matters. If people think I'm slipping, they can affect my brand, my opportunities. I'm not about to be forgotten." Avery was quiet for a moment. Then her voice took on a calculating tone. "All right. How do you feel about making a splash? Something unexpected, something that reminds people why they love you." Savannah smirked. "I was hoping you'd say that." An hour later, she was in glam. Her team pulled out all the stops: hair, makeup, wardrobe. If she was going to make headlines, she was going to look flawless doing it. She planned a bold Instagram post, something that would turn heads. A little sass, a little humor, a whole lot of confidence. Caption idea: "Funny how some lists forget the ones who built the game." Hashtag still standing. But Savannah wasn't just relying on social media. She had a bigger play in mind. That evening, she made a surprise appearance at a high-profile Hollywood event, one she hadn't been expected at, but had just secured a last-minute invitation to. If people thought she was down and out, they were about to get a wake-up call. As she stepped onto the red carpet, camera flashes erupted. Journalists swarmed, eager to get a word from her. She knew exactly what they wanted to ask, about the snub, about whether she was in shambles over it. She was ready. With a radiant smile and a confident stride, she looked directly into the nearest camera and said, "Oh, honey, the Chrisleys don't do shambles. We do comebacks." The mic drop moment was instant. Social media lit up. News articles were written within hours. And just like that, Savannah was back in the conversation. By the next morning, she was trending. And as she sat back with her coffee, scrolling through all the renewed buzz around her name, she knew one thing for sure: she wasn't going anywhere. Snubbed or not, Savannah Chrisley was still a force to be reckoned with.